So I was shampoo free for about 3.5 years. Now, as you can maybe tell, I don't know, or from my previous videos, I have started using shampoo again. Shock, horror, why is that? I wanted to share with you guys today why I started using shampoo and kind of a little bit of my no poo hair journey, just so you know, because for some reason those are my most popular videos on this channel. Let's go. For you guys to understand why I went no poo in the first place, you have to understand my whole hair journey. When I was younger, I used to like to bleach my hair to look as blonde as possible. Now, while living in Europe, that was fine. However, when I moved to Australia, the combination of bleaching my hair and becoming a scuba diving instructor where my hair was in the ocean with the salt and the sun almost every week, almost every day, it really damaged it. Within 2 years of that, it completely broke off to like this level. It was so weak and it was just horrible. I tried all sorts of like protective balms and everything like that. It did not work. During that time, I decided, why not to just quit everything. I stopped dyeing my hair. I stopped using any shampoo, just let it recover naturally. Now, after this point, my hair did recover very well. It went from being this thin, scraggly, short thing to much longer and thicker. I found that, especially since I was still diving a lot and when I lived in Cambodia or Africa where I was in the water every single day, the natural oils produced by my hair, the sebum, would be the best thing to protect my hair from the salt and the sun. It would stay nice and thick, it would not break, it would be easy to brush out, even if I was scuba diving all the time, and that was something I really wanted to do. It also helped me save money, it helped me save water from spending time in the shower, it helped me save plastic from not using plastic water bottles, and in general, it was a really great solution for me, and that is why I went no poo for so long. I get a lot of comments on some of my videos that my hair looked really gross and everything. Usually those videos I filmed without brushing my hair in advance, my bad. But over the 3.5 years, I genuinely hardly ever had a bad hair day. I would say about once a month did I feel it get super greasy and it was gross. But again, when I was living in places like Africa or Cambodia and I was in the ocean all the time, that went away really quickly because salt is extremely drying. Now, the moments when I noticed it the worst was whenever I went back to Europe and lived in an area with hard water. So whenever I was staying with my parents, I would have a much harder time keeping my hair clean because hard water would actually not strip off the grease from my hair, but instead it would like add calcium, and it was disgusting at that point. I would always struggle with bad hair days. I would try like apple cider vinegar washes, lemon rinses, and just other no poo tricks during that time. But as you can see from the abundance of photos over the past 3.5 years, my hair did look fine. It looked nice. And no, it didn't smell. It smelled like myself. I have gotten many mean comments and rude comments, but in person, I genuinely asked my friends and my family who would be honest with me, and it wasn't really that much of an issue. Since I moved here to Western Australia, that was the first time when I really started to struggle overall. Whenever I was in Europe, I was usually there for a month or 2 months max, and then I'd go back to my scuba diving regular life. Here, I have stopped teaching diving. I'm not in the ocean as much as I used to be. I still get into the water about once a week, but for the rest of the week, I live in an extremely, occasionally dry, occasionally really humid, hot climate. I sweat so much here. You can't go outside without being drenched in sweat. It's about 35 to 37 degrees on a casual day. In the summer, it reaches 47 degrees. In the winter, I think during the day it reached like 30 maybe, 25 at best. So you're just really hot and sweaty here all the time, and there is so much dust as well from the mining operations, and also just because it's so dry, and then there's wind and then the dust. Anyway, so since living here in Western Australia, I found that my hair was just not as nice as it was when I was diving all the time. I felt it was a bit more greasy, a bit more clumpy, and I was having to do the apple cider rinses or the lemon rinses more often. Now, during this time was also when I tried to expand the content of my website and my YouTube channel. And since a lot of people do not want to go no poo, but also still want to help the planet by minimize the amount of plastic they use, they want to use shampoo bars. Now, if you go back to 2015, shampoo bars weren't that much of a thing as they are now. They were certainly available, but they were much harder to find, especially, again, in places like Africa or Cambodia. You just wouldn't find them. Now, that I live in Australia, it's much more easily accessible to me. There's plenty of companies which create them. I was curious. I wanted to give them a try. So I bought myself a couple of shampoo bars from Lush. And then I also received a couple of shampoo conditioner bars from Nubar. And I wanted to give them a try. I wanted to see if it's really as good as like shampoo alternatives, or whether it's worth it or what. So I washed my hair, and that was the video. You can see washing my hair for the first time in 3 years. Now, I haven't washed my hair in like 3 days now. I usually wash it, I try like once a week with those shampoo bars, and I still use it just because it was so hard to manage in this heat and just with the amount of sweating I did, basically, and the lack of salt. So I use those shampoo bars and I genuinely really like them. However, for a lot of people, I still feel that no poo can be a very viable option. But again, it depends on your hair type, what kind of life you're living, and if I'm ever gonna move back to a little desert island, I'm probably gonna skip on the shampoo bars as well, just because they do dry out my hair, but that is what I need right now in this extremely hot climate. So this is my hair. Again, I have not brushed it because I brush my hair at night. I don't know. I don't usually brush it in the morning or before I go out. So this is what my hair looks like 3 days after I washed it with the Lush Bar shampoo, which I really like. It's great. However, there are so many eco-friendly alternatives now to the regular shampoo bars. Even if you go to your local shops, there are zero waste options of steel kind of containers. There's refillable ones. There's just all sorts of stuff. I actually made a whole video about alternatives to shampoo that you should check out. So yeah, I use Shampoo Again once a week or so just because my lifestyle has changed. And yeah, that's a bit of my story about why I use Shampoo Again. I hope that makes sense to you. I hope it doesn't discourage you guys who did want to go no poo, or, you know, are saying now, oh, the 3 years that I did it were wrong or anything. I'm just in a different part of my life, and yeah, it just doesn't work in the particular area I'm living in right now. But I still believe in it. I think it was a great thing. I loved my hair during that time. It was definitely very easy to deal with. But yeah, I think that's all I gotta say about that. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, it would mean the world to me if you could join the family, like, subscribe, do all the things. I also have a podcast where I talk about all things ocean conservation and sustainability, so make sure to check that out. I hope you are doing well and are safe. Here, the restrictions have basically lifted, so I'm going back to work as a teacher, so that's going to be good. But yeah, hope you and your family are safe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.